This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Lowe versus Meyer. You all are engaged. You've known each other since you were 7 years old. But today may be the last day of this relationship, depending on what happens here in this courtroom. Am I right, Mr. Lowe?
Correct.
All right. You've brought this case. Tell us why.
I believe that she's cheating on me. She's very secretive with her cell phone. She has passcodes that she changes. I have a passcode on mine. She knows the passcode to it.
I can see it all over your face. This is really hurting you.
Yes.
Tell me about how you feel thinking that your fiance is cheating.
It kills me.
Okay.
I'm a stay-at-home father with our kids. She goes to work.
So you're home keeping the home, she's working, but you think that sometimes there's something else going on, that she's not being true to you.
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Meyer?
Ms. Meyer, your fiance says you're cheating on him.
That is not true. I did not cheat on him. I have not ever cheated on him. As far as my cell phone goes with the password on it, I'm just being petty. All he's got to do is ask to see my phone, and I'll let him see it.
And he doesn't ask, so you
Nope.
don't let him see it.
Nope.
Well, they say the hungry bird has
No,
to
he
open his
don't.
mouth, so...
I
don't
definitely
ask.
do ask.
But you understand how you are fueling these suspicions that you're cheating on him.
I do. I'm just being petty.
So you admit
found-
that.
I admit it.
All right, well, the first step is admission, Mr. Cutler, so...
Well, let me
Wait,
make sure
hold
I got
on.
this straight. No. Let me make sure I got this straight. You all are engaged to be married, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you admit to being petty.
Yes.
That's not a good way to start a relationship.
No,
Now-
I was not always petty. I started being petty. I mean, I believe in karma and I believe in revenge. So you want to be petty, I'm going to be petty right back.
Well, if you believe in being petty, if you believe in karma, if you believe in revenge, why shouldn't this court believe that you believe in cheating?
But there seems to be more than just pettiness going on
Yeah.
here. Why do you believe that?
Up until last year, she was a stripper at a strip club, and she had told I went there one time to go pick her up.
Okay.
And she had told the bouncer that to not let me in and the manager because I asked to speak to the manager. In the meantime, while this is going on, I see her walk across to go to a champagne room, which these gentlemen pay $150, $200 to go in and get a private dance. And there's a curtain closed on there. Come on, I know what goes on behind the curtain. And I mean, there's no cameras back there. So you tell me, I mean.
And you know about the champagne room.
Sounds like you do. Yeah. Tell me more about the champagne room.
Well, I'm just saying, just because that you go in the champagne room doesn't necessarily mean that there is sexual contact or sexual intercourse going on.
Amen. Amen.
You want to be very entertaining as a performer because the more engaged the club goers are, the more money you're gonna make.
Right.
And the more liquor that they're gonna buy, that's where the
That's
club
right.
makes their money.
You know, I am really intrigued by how you know so much about what goes on in the champagne room. But right now, we're here for Mr. Lowe and Ms. Meyer. So
That's a post-courtroom discussion.
yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
turn my attention to them for the moment. But I will say the problem is what Mr. Lowe's concern is that people are paying extra money to go into the champagne room for a reason.
Correct.
They're getting
Yes.
special attention
Yes.
of a sexual nature.
Yes.
And you think that's why she's going to the champagne room.
Exactly, yes.
And you believe she told them not to let you in?
No, they told me that she told him that.
So,
Ms. Meyer?
it's more than bubbles popping.
More than bubbles popping.
Let me just say there was an incident where I did tell my manager and the bouncer, do not let him in, because he had come in before. He used to come in all the time and watch me dance, but it started getting to the point where he would interrupt my dance. Now you're messing
Wrong.
with my hustle. You're messing with my money.
Okay, but they can see dancing out on the floor. These people, according to Judge Cutler here, who's an expert, say these people are paying more money to go to the champagne room.
They're paying more money for privacy.
So
Can I show you, Your Honor? I have evidence. Can I show you what I do on the pole?
Show me what you do.
Okay.
Miss Meyer, I gotta tell you, I never thought I'd say in my courtroom, show me what you do on the pole, but,
Okay.
you know, who knows? How about that, Ron? Okay. Oh, well, all right.
And are you saying that's as sexual as it gets in the champagne room?
Yes.
Okay.
It doesn't go any further than that.
Okay, all right. Has there been anything else that makes you think that Miss Myers is cheating?
Absolutely. There's a sugar daddy that she has that buys her a $7,000 van or whatever, and anytime that she meets up with this sugar daddy, so to speak, I'm not allowed to go with, none of that kind of nature.
And you
Not at all.
obviously think, what man is buying someone a $7,000 vehicle unless something's going on?
Exactly.
All right.
What man buys you a $7,000 vehicle?
You know, this is actually very absurd. This isn't even a question in the matter because he
It's a
did buy
question
me.
to me.
He did buy me a
The
vehicle,
same sugar
but
daddy?
he
Hold
drives
on,
that
man.
vehicle. He gives me money, but I split that in half with him. This is absurd. I have nothing more to say about it.
The same.
Hold on, Mr. Lowe. Okay, so you admit getting the vehicle, you admit this person gives you money.
Are you sleeping with him?
No, no.
Because that sounds like he used the phrase sugar daddy. That's kind of what it sounds like.
If that
No,
was the case,
that
then
is not the
why
case.
does the same sugar daddy send you a text message with the text saying question mark?
Okay.
I did get a text that said that. I was sitting right next to him and showed him. I did not respond.
But here's the thing. You have a man who's bought you a vehicle who's asking, will you do oral sex? It sounds like he's now wanting something for the vehicle or the money you've been given.
Yeah, because I don't know many men who are going to pay $7,000 for, give a woman a
I do
$7,000
understand
vehicle.
that, but being a dancer, you got it. That's what we call regulars. We don't refer to them as sugar daddies. And he shouldn't be complaining because every time he met that sugar daddy, and he got half of everything I got. He was right there the entire time, and he drives the vehicle that I have also. Period.
So you're like, look, you knowing you're enjoying the fruits of my labor, and so don't be complaining about it now.
Exactly.
But you're saying your fruits of your labor, that labor doesn't include sex.
No, absolutely not.
Mr. Lowe, are there any other men that you are concerned about?
There was this one time I had a family member shoot me a text message where she was supposed to be at work, asking me if I was next door to her house, and I said no. Why? She said, well, your vehicle's been next door to my house for a couple of hours, and so I shoot Ashley a message. I said, what are you doing? What are you up to? She said, well, I'm at work. Then she comes strolling back to the house. I said, where you been at? She's like, I just got off work, and that was the end of it, and I didn't bring it up until just here today. And it turned out that it was her friend.
Is this friend a guy or a
Yes.
woman?
He's a guy.
Do you think that she's having sex with this male friend?
Absolutely.
But has she been to this friend's house before?
Yes.
What is it about this friend?
Okay, because this same friend drinks beer, and I found a 6-pack of beer in our fridge. Whenever we had gotten into an argument, I had left for the weekend to let things cool down. I come back, there's 6-pack of beer in my fridge.
And this is
Okay.
not a brand that you drink?
I don't drink at all.
Was the friend at your house?
Yes, he was. He was at my house, which, he's my friend. If he wants to come over, he can come over. He brought beer with him. I said, you could put it in my fridge. It was hot outside. You don't want it to get hot, put it in the fridge. Yes, I did go to his house and hang out with him, not during work, after work, and I had nothing to hide. We have GPS on each other's phone. He could track me the whole time. What was there to hide?
Okay.
But why did you tell Mr. Lowe that you were at work when you weren't?
No, I had just got off work. I did not tell him I was at work.
Do you remember him calling you while you were at the friend's house?
Yes.
Did you tell him on the phone that you were at the friend's house?
Yes, I did.
No.
And then
Yes,
you're
I did.
saying no,
No.
that didn't happen.
Nope.
Have you been completely honest with Mr. Lowe about all of these issues? Have you been truthful with him?
For the most part.
Oh, for the most part. Well, what part have you not been truthful about?
And we're not gonna go into that.
Are you still stripping?
No.
How long ago did you stop stripping?
In December of 2018.
Okay. Has that helped the tensions in the home?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
All right, Mr. McKellep, I think we've heard enough.
And that's why this court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court will call a certified polygraph examiner, Tommy Platt, to determine, is she cheating? On to the court with the Platt in.
Tommy Platt.
Mr. Platt, how are you today?
Wonderful, Your Honor. How are you?
Doing fine. Now, in addition to being a polygraph examiner, you also have a background in law enforcement. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Tell us about that.
I was a sergeant of investigations for over 15 years.
All right. Mr. Lowe has some real concerns about Ms. Meyer being unfaithful, and we've heard testimony about that. What did your team do in this case to investigate that?
Your Honor, we had an associate that went undercover posing as a woman coming to court because she was too being accused of cheating. Ms. Meyer and my associate had small talk about why they were brought to court and the accusations made against them. There was plenty of back and forth conversation.
Was anything revealed?
Ms. Meyer did admit something to my associate, and I have the tape here.
All right.
Do you think you guys would, like, the trust issues would still go if you were, like, still struggling?
Oh, yeah. The last time I did it was in March of this year, but he doesn't know. I hope they don't ask me that, because...
About your struggling?
Yeah. About this year, because he doesn't know that I did, and...
You stopped in March?
Mm-hmm. I danced from December to March, but he doesn't know.
Is that correct, Mr. Lowe? You didn't know?
I had no idea.
Miss Meyer, I point blank asked you about whether or not you were still stripping. Why did you lie?
Yeah,
I didn't think it mattered because between them time frames, we were actually split up.
But if it didn't matter, why did you lie?
I didn't want to start another argument.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with you. That's
I'm talking
that's
about
the
him.
beauty of sitting up here. I don't have to argue with you.
well, Mr.
hold
Lowe,
up.
were you all split up?
We weren't split up like
You
that.
were not?
We were like on like a break, I guess you could say. I had moved out or whatever, but we were still seeing each other. We have a child together. We were still communicating. We were still seeing, hanging out, stuff like that. I just wasn't living there.
Was your break such that you weren't supposed to be sleeping with other people?
Correct.
Is that your understanding?
No.
All right. So, Mr. Platt, you also conducted a lie detector test. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You asked Ms. Meyer, have you ever had sexual intercourse with the man your fiance, Mr. Lowe, believes is your, quote, sugar daddy? So what was her response?
Your Honor, she pled the fifth and refused to answer.
Ms. Meyer, you pled the fifth?
Yes.
You refused to answer on the grounds that your answer might incriminate you. That's what pleading the fifth is, and that's what you did, right?
Yes.
Okay, because you've been so forthcoming about everything else, you admitted. Why would you not answer that question?
Because it's absurd. There's nothing to talk about right there. Like, that's ridiculous that he would even say that. That actually makes me really angry and upset. So, I mean, I'm not answering anything about it.
But Ms. Meyer, you came here to clear your name. You say that's absurd. That's not what this is about. That's exactly why we're here. That's what's going through his mind.
If you haven't done anything, there's nothing to hide.
Personal reasons.
You realize you have not helped yourself with this. You understand that, right?
Yes, I understand.
All right.
Well, we asked about the sugar daddy. Let's ask about the friend.
All right.
You asked Ms. Meyer, since the beginning of your relationship, have you had sexual intercourse with your guy friend whose beer your fiance saw in the refrigerator? What was her response to that question?
She stated no, Your Honor.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that she was being deceptive.
Why are you here?
He brought me here. Like,
Do you want this relationship to work?
That was my next question.
in a way.
In a way?
Well,
Well, when you say in a way, that means in a way you don't want to be in this relationship.
Mr. Lowe, you came here for answers. You're not getting them. How are you feeling?
I feel hurt. I feel kind of confused. I feel a lot of things, but I know one thing is that I'm walking away from this. You might as well just took a knife and hit me right here with it.
You get what you give.
I guess so.
And so, Ms. Meyer, you have no remorse about the fact that your relationship with Mr. Lowe may be over.
Nope.
I'm gonna go to you. Mr. Lowe, we have counseling available for you. You all have a child together. You are gonna have to co-parent and figure that out. And under this situation, I would tell you to moonwalk quickly out of this courtroom to your next life, okay? This is not where you wanna be. And you are beautiful on the outside, but the inside needs a lot of work.
You all have been together for 2 years, and you moved to a new state to get a new start. But old tricks may make this relationship old news, depending on what happens here in this courtroom today. Is that right, Miss Isaac?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
Tell us why you have opened this case today.
Your Honor, I met Mr. Guillory. You know, we decided to move to Houston to start our new life. He's proposed to me 5 times. Last night was the 6th time.
6 times?
6 times he proposed, and I brought him here today to find out if he's been cheating on me, because I'm not gonna marry him until I know the truth. And that's just point blank.
All right.
Your Honor,
So, Mr. Guillory?
Can I say something?
Yes,
first
sir.
of all,
First of all, I just want to say, you know, I love this woman. I'm here to prove today that all these accusations are just that. It's a lot of stuff that's just in her head. Our friends, our so-called friends and family dipping, and it's all lies. So I'm here.
But this is the first time she actually took the ring from you.
This is the first time he actually gave me a ring.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's now put his money where his
Yeah,
mouth
because
is.
he know we was coming here.
Okay, well,
So now we got a ring,
Now we got a ring,
and you're here in court.
and we here
We're
today.
gonna put this to rest today,
Hello.
once and for all, right?
Let's do it.
what warning signs have you seen?
Your Honor, I met this young man on a dating site.
Okay.
We moved to Houston to start fresh. I was like, look, babe, this is what we gonna do. We gonna leave all the past behind us, you know, and we just gonna start fresh. Now, something tells me to go on the internet, on the site that I met him. I ain't gonna say something, I'm gonna say it. The Holy Spirit told me to go on the website. So, in Your Honor, I sent pictures to the court to show y'all what I'm talking
Everything
about.
on the Holy Spirit. God ain't got nothing
Whatever.
to do with that.
Hold on.
What did you see?
There you go right there. Look at him, y'all. Don't you guys look at
What are we looking at?
his profile picture that I asked him if he deleted, and he told me he deleted it and it wasn't deleted. And the profile says Houston, and I'm from Louisiana. Both of us from Louisiana. So
Okay.
that means he was fishing in Houston.
Ah, okay.
So she said the Holy Spirit told her to go look at the dating site.
Surely did.
And when she did,
Look at his face.
the Holy
It's right
Spirit
there.
revealed that he was still on it and updated it.
Your Honor, the same picture that drew me to him. He even tried to change the picture. It's the same picture.
But wait a minute, that picture worked. He got you.
Yeah,
Why
That's not me. That's a catfish page. That's obvious that that's not me.
All right, so Mr. Guillory, I have a 2-part question for you. First part, why didn't you delete the profile that you had? And then secondly, why did you update it once you got to Houston if you all were supposed to be getting a new start?
I don't remember going on there doing none of that. For one, I thought I did delete that profile. I don't know how she.
So you thought you deleted it,
See what
but
I'm saying?
I thought
apparently,
I had tried to delete it.
right, but apparently you didn't. So
Wow.
that answers the first part of my
that was a-
2-part question. The second part is, why does your old profile that you thought you deleted but didn't, how is it magically and mysteriously updated to
I think
show
that's a location
Houston?
thing.
I think
that's
it's
a
the Holy
location thing.
Spirit.
It's like wherever you at, it just jump on that city. That's what I think. That's my story.
All right,
When we went to Houston, it followed me.
It followed you.
Yes, that's what
Okay.
happened.
All right. What else?
What other warning signs have
Okay.
you seen?
Your Honor, I'm cleaning out the truck. I find condoms in the truck.
Okay.
So, Your Honor, I sent the picture. I have evidence to show y'all.
Okay, you submitted that to the court?
Yes, there you go, the condoms right there.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I don't even wear them.
We don't wear none.
So you all don't use condoms?
We don't.
So there, in your mind, there's no reason why condoms should be in the truck, correct?
Your Honor, we did receive condoms one time together when we went to the clinic together.
Okay.
And those condoms, because I sent 2 pictures to y'all. Y'all should have another
Yeah.
one for exhibit. The ones on the left were the ones that were found in the truck. The one on the right is the ones that we got together when we both walked to the clinic.
Okay.
Your Honor, I sent 2 pictures to y'all. Y'all should have another one for exhibit. The ones on the left were the ones that were found in the truck. The one on the right is the ones that we got together when we both walked to the clinic.
So not only did you find them, that means he went out and purchased them?
Yeah. And why they was in the truck? If we using them, why they not in the bedroom?
Right.
Why they in the truck?
So I got a couple questions for you, Mr. Guillory.
2 parts?
2 parts.
3 parts?
Maybe. 1, did you go buy these condoms? Because clearly they're different.
No, I did not. I did not. See what happened? We went on 2 separate days. She went one day, then I went the next day. So maybe the day she went, they was giving out a different brand. I don't know how they do that.
Well, let me ask you this. Why were the condoms in the truck as opposed to the bedroom?
Because we don't use them.
So you just left them in the car?
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. The ones that came from the clinic, were they left in the car? Where were they?
No, they were in the bedroom because obviously we needed to use them when we came from the clinic.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know nothing about all.
Okay, so your memory so far is not that good, Mr. Guillory, and I'm trying to be objective about this, because first you don't remember your profile, whether you deleted it or not. Now you don't know where these condoms came from. So you're batting 0 for 2 in terms of memory right now.
I have no recollection of the events in question.
What evidence do you have that Mr. Guillory is in fact cheating?
None.
Yeah.
Well, she think you do. Let me hear what you think you got.
I was decorating some Christmas trees, and, we was having a little FaceTime conversation. He's promising me to be in my life forever like he always do. So I'm thinking everything going well, smooth. Then all of a sudden, he just hang up. Now, his body language tells on him all the time, because he'll just switch up and be like, and do some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I said to myself, and myself say, So I went, and I got out the car, and I went took me a little drive-by. So some said, oh, go around the corner. The Holy Spirit. I'm going to stop saying something. The Holy Spirit told me to get in my car and go around the street where the X lives. X. I get to the X. Baby, I put my wig on because I got short hair. He was going to know it was me.
So did the Holy Spirit tell you to put the wig on,
I put that wig on. It's like,
okay.
Quick.
A wig with long hair?
Long hair. Opened, knocked on the door. He opens the door in his boxers, no shirt. And I'm like, dude, what you doing?
It's not the truth.
Look, this him.
I object.
All right, wait. We're going to have to hear from you, Mr. Guillory. First of all, were you at the ex's house?
First of all, okay.
Were you at the ex's house?
I was there.
Were you there in your underwear only?
That's the part where the story gets crazy. I was not in my underwear.
Did you have anything on?
Yeah, I had on pants and
I just
stuff
want
like
clarity
that.
here.
But I don't know if y'all ever been to Louisiana. Y'all know it get hot.
It does get hot in Louisiana.
Hot. It's about to get hot in here, apparently.
In the summer. So, I was over there. She knows that, in the beginning of our relationship, me and my ex, we still had a good friendship. So I'll go over there, I'll help out with some things. And I was just, helping out, doing a little work, fixing up some things in our apartment for her. She was not even there.
Okay.
But you understand why she does not want you at your ex's house fixing and doing for her, right?
In your underwear.
I wasn't in my underwear. But yeah, that's understandable. I know how it looked.
Well, if you know that, and that's the person you with, why do you do it?
Tell her.
All right, so Mr. Isaac, has anybody told you they've seen it with anybody?
Yes, Your Honor, my best friend. This is my best friend. We've been friends since elementary school.
Oh, wow.
And she would call me, and she'd be like, I just saw Darren. And I'd be like, huh? You just saw who? I just saw Darren. I was like, oh, he with another chick. Who?
All right, would you please stand up and come to the podium so we can get your testimony? Would you state your name for the record?
Deandra Morgan.
Miss Morgan, what is your relationship with the defendant? We know what your relationship is with Miss Isaac, but what's your relationship with him?
I've known me and Tanya been friends since elementary, but around middle school time, I actually was conversating with Darren on the phone.
Okay.
And then he just disappeared. When I did see Darren again, him and Tanya was actually together. At that time, I hadn't spoke on anything or said anything to her right at the moment because you know how friends get thinking.
Yeah.
So I was actually in Texas, and I was walking out of the restaurant going to the car, and he was pulled up right onto the neutral ground, it was like outlet with different little restaurants and stores. And so when I seen him, I noticed him. I'm like, oh, Darren. I'm like, where's Sonyel? He's like, who is Sonyel? So then I was to the point.
Was he with anybody?
Yes.
He was with a woman?
Woman, yes.
Oh.
When I noticed him walking like around the car and noticed him completely, because he changes his little swag. He stayed with his little glasses on, looking like he intelligent one moment. And so when I did see him getting out of the vehicle, that's when I said, oh, Darren, or whatever. He turned around and looked. I'm like, what's Sonyel at? He was like, who the Sonyel?
That's because that wasn't me.
But you think it was him because he at least responded to you.
Yes.
His whole story made up, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't believe nothing she said, because she, one of them friends that's always in our business trying to break us up. That's one of the main reasons we moved out of Louisiana.
I'm the friend, but he's the one who actually told Sonya that he did know me.
All right, thank you, Ms. Morgan. You can have a seat.
None of that.
Mr. Guillory, now you've known Ms. Morgan since you all were kids, right?
I don't know her. I don't know her. She lying.
You did not know her.
Mr. Guillory,
I don't know
Mr.
what you're talking
Guillory,
about.
look at me.
Yes, sir.
This is very serious because your future is at stake right here. Now, you and Miss Morgan have known each other since you were kids, correct?
Yeah, I knew her from around the way. Everybody know her.
Okay.
But you just didn't know her.
What reason would she have to make this up?
I don't know. That's what people do when they see two people happy and they might be miserable in their life. They won't come in between that. She's not the only one making up stories like this. It's a bunch of them. You know what I'm saying? People from off my side and her side. You know what I'm saying? People come tell me stuff about her, but I don't believe it. I don't take it to her.
And that's why you all moved from
Louisiana. That's why we moved from Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the kind of people that's there. You know?
So you got all these folks, family, friends, loved ones near and far, just throwing hate at you.
That's it. You know, that's it.
Ooh. But your story is, and what you're telling this court, and what you're telling Miss Isaac, is since you all have been together, you have not cheated on her with anybody.
Correct. Correct.
Nobody in Louisiana.
Nobody.
Nobody in Houston.
None of that.
Nobody anywhere.
Anywhere.
Okay.
All right. So here's what we got, love. Miss Isaac believes that he's cheating. She has put her engagement ring on the podium and said, it's either going to go with him or go with me, depending on what happens today. And that's where we are.
And hopefully Mr. Guillory understands the gravity of this moment.
I do.
All right.
I understand.
All right. Well, to get to the bottom of this court has done a full and a complete investigation. At this time, we'll call licensed polygraph examiner Kendall Scholl to determine, is he cheating? Ron, please escort Mr. Scholl in. Kendall Scholl. Now, you conducted a polygraph examination on Mr. Guillory, is that correct?
I did, Your Honor.
You asked Mr. Guillory, since moving to Texas, have you had sexual intercourse with any woman other than Miss Isaac? What was his response to that question?
He said no, Your Honor.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that it was being truthful, Your Honor.
You about to get lipstick on you, man. I told
we got one more.
Oh, you got it. I see you're happy. I see a big smile on your face. I see a smile on Mr. Guillory's face.
I want more.
But we have one more question.
Mr. Scholl, you asked Mr. Guillory, have you had sexual intercourse with any woman other than Miss Isaac since starting your relationship? What was his answer?
He said no, Your Honor.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being deceptive.
Okay.
Right, Mr. Guillory? Who were the women, or who was the woman that you were with?
Well, maybe in the beginning of our relationship, you know, I probably...
Not a maybe.
Out.
Oh,
I stepped out with my ex once, you know, in the beginning of our relationship.
You know what, Mr. Guillory? The hardest thing to me about being an adult is saying I am responsible for what I do. The good, the bad, the ugly. And until you are willing to be that adult, you really need to stand down and grow up and then take on the responsibility of another person's heart. Miss Isaac, what do you want to do?
I don't know what I want to do. I just feel like, you know, if he just would man up, like you said, and take responsibility for his actions, because I've sacrificed a lot in this relationship. And, you know.
Because you've picked up your whole life and have moved it with him, away from all your family, your friends, everything, to be with him. Now, he claims it was early in the relationship, and he hasn't since then, and that's for you to decide whether he's telling the truth about that or not.
You all have been together 10 years, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a 3-year-old son?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you have opened this case because your gut tells you that your boyfriend of 10 years is cheating, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here today to find out if my boyfriend of 10 years has been cheating on me since the birth of our son. I have evidence and reasons to suspect that he is cheating again.
So you are having those same feelings, or you're seeing those same signs again now?
Yes.
Tell me what that feels like, to feel that you're going through this again.
Like a nightmare. And it hurts. It keeps me up at night. Forces me into investigations that I don't want to be doing. I have a child with this man. I deserve better.
What I'm looking at is a woman torn up. She is hurting. So what are you here to prove when I'm looking at this?
I'm here to prove to Alicia and everyone that I am not cheating.
Okay.
Since our son has been born.
So you have a 3-year-old, so for the past 3 years, you have not cheated.
Correct.
Clearly, allegations of cheating hurt you deeply.
Yes, Your Honor.
I mean, so when it happened in the past, what made you take him back?
He's the love of my life, Your Honor. 7 years old, since I was a little girl. The first time I saw him, I knew I was going to be with him forever.
You saw him when you were 7 years old?
7 years old. His dad started driving truck for my dad's company. He showed up on a Saturday to help his dad wash the truck to get it ready for the Monday. And I was on my trampoline with my girlfriend, and I just told my girlfriend, girl, that was it.
All right, so when did you make these feelings known to him?
He's always known.
Okay, so did she tell you, or when did you find out
He chased me around quite a bit when we were young.
So when did it move from being child's play to adult play?
Years and years down the road, definitely.
So what is it about him that you love? Give me some details.
I'm so attracted to him physically, sexually. So there is maybe no spark for him, but my spark's always lit for him.
All right.
All right.
You gotta have spark.
Gotta have a little sparkle.
And you gotta keep the spark going.
You gotta keep it going.
Yeah.
You got to do that.
The spark's still going, right?
For you?
Yeah.
I don't even know how you asked me that.
All right.
Why you ask me that?
I want to make sure the spark's still going.
You know.
All right. All right. All right. So, Mr. McKellep, what was your initial spark for her?
There's definitely been an attraction our whole lives.
I mean, I see the tears in your eyes. What is that? What's fueling your emotional response right here today?
She has said a lot of hurtful things to me, in which has put this wall up to where, you know, it's tough to let that wall down.
What has kept you in the game if you feel like you have this insurmountable wall?
Her and I, we definitely, when we're on the good, I mean, there's nothing getting in between, nothing. So I just want to get this clear today. I want to get this straight.
But you feel like her concerns about infidelity in the past is keeping your relationship from moving forward, that she just can't get past this.
Yes.
What exactly happened in the past?
Your Honor, he was doing extra side work as a plumber. I didn't really give it much thought as to, where he was going or who he was doing the extra work for until I was at a friend's house one night and I saw a photograph of this beautiful woman with big boobs and gorgeous. And I said, who's this and where did you get this picture? He said, my friend. I said, well, who is she? He said, Alicia, that's who he's been doing side work for. I said, what? That's when I found out that he was cheating on me with her.
So you thought he was going and doing plumbing work.
And that's where he was spending all of his time because he was gone all the time.
And he was actually doing some other kind of plumbing work.
That's exactly right, yes.
Wow.
And that happened 2 times. Same group, same woman. I found out about it and he said he would stop. Of course, I made him quit. And then I went away for 2 weeks and I came home and we were walking to get in the car and his phone is just buzzing, buzzing, buzzing. I knew. So I took it out of his pocket. I said, hello. And it was her again.
The same woman?
Same woman. So I took the phone call back into my friend's house to the bathroom where I spoke to her. And she continued to tell me that she loved him and she was hurt and she didn't know that he was back with me. She was going to take him to Florida to meet her family. And I said, him? She picked me up later on, took me out for a drink where I learned that she was 5 months pregnant with another man's baby.
Okay, wait a minute. You're saying you went out with this other woman for a drink?
She came to pick me up. She wanted to talk to me. I said, okay.
Yeah.
And that's not all I know about her.
What else did you find?
She's a porn star.
The woman?
A porn star that picked my man to do her plumbing. And that's when the trust went downhill.
There's a lot I could say about that.
It was a big house.
It was a big house.
And don't say it, but yeah, you and I both are going, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
I initially, yes, I was there to do work on her home.
And then?
Well, then the plumbing...
took a turn?
Yeah, yep.
All right. Tell me exactly what happened. How does that happen?
Well, like she said, she's a porn star. So...
I'm like, yeah, and so I'm like, I don't have any money to pay for this job. How did that play out?
Wait, what did you...
I've heard.
Is there a pass I don't know about?
Yeah, no, it's no pass. It's not that. But you see those commercials where they play that out, and it's an allusion to that.
All right. I'm just checking. All right. I mean, look, we're not trying to make light of this, believe me, but sometimes you just have to kind of laugh at the pain a little bit.
This happened to me. This really happened. This happened to me. I have to live with this for the rest of my life.
So, Mr. McKellep, was this a long-time affair?
It wasn't over a year or nothing. It was, months.
More than 6 months?
Probably so, yes.
So after this happened, were you remorseful?
The bottom line is I had a choice between the two, definitely. I could have had that life or I could have had life with her, and I chose her.
So you go through all of this, and I gotta admit, it takes it to another level. It's one thing, it's just another woman, but
yes, Your Honor.
A porn star is that's like a woman's nightmare right there. So when you said that, but you still took him back, and now we're here today. All right, tell me why you believe he's cheating now.
I went through his phone recently, a couple months ago, earlier in the spring, and I was seeing this phone number coming up. See, I know what time he leaves for work, and as soon as he go and get in his work van and start driving off to work, there were phone calls, one right after another, the same number. And lunchtime, on his way home from work, he was calling this number. So I started calling this number with no answer, and then lo and behold, I get a phone call, and it's from that number, and it's this girl telling me that my relationship is over. He hates my guts.
Well,
he doesn't want to be with me anymore. And
how did this initially happen?
She told me to move out of my house. He was telling her my own personal business, hurtful things that he said that broke my heart.
All right, I noticed in your court papers that you submitted to the court, there were text messages that you received from this woman.
Yes, Your Honor.
And one reads, he doesn't want to work it out. I'm sorry, I don't know how to be any more blunt. If I wanted your man, I would already have him. Who knows? Maybe I already did.
And those are some of the nicer things she said.
Wow. Okay, tell me about this woman. Let me ask you this. One, were you receiving multiple calls from this lady?
Yes, I was talking to this lady.
All right. Were you telling this woman your girlfriend's personal business?
There was probably a few things, but not everything that she's claiming.
Then what was the nature of your relationship with this woman?
I guess I need someone to talk to. Alicia and I cannot hardly even talk to each other anymore, or it's just hard. She's have said a lot of hurtful things to me. Because I pretty much thought there was a time where, I left for about 5 weeks.
Were you physically involved with this woman?
I was not.
So there was no sexual contact or sexual activity with her?
Correct.
Your Honor, I believe part of that, but I believe it was well on its way.
But for your call, that thing would have gone forward?
Oh, definitely, 100%.
Beyond the text messages, is there any woman that you're worried about in particular?
Yes, Your Honor. He was messing around with my friend's daughters. And he always looks for her on Facebook. Always, always, always. That's one person he searches for frequently. He always wants to know where she is. Always searches for her. I don't know why. I want to know why.
Was this... Go ahead, love.
We want to know why, too. What's your relationship with this girlfriend's
She's
daughter?
beautiful.
When I disappeared in the 5 weeks, this was the person in 2015 that I did cheat on with.
Oh.
And I told you this.
No, you did not.
I told you before.
What else are you hiding?
I told you before.
Okay, so him telling you today is the first time you're hearing this?
Yes.
How long ago did this happen?
2015.
How did you end up with her friend's daughter?
And why?
Like I said, she's a very good-looking person.
I have given this man everything.
You knew about this, Alicia?
No, I didn't.
The hell if you didn't.
Miss Viney, I know that I can see that you're heartbroken.
I've been this way for a while.
I'm sorry to hear that. But my question is, he believes he told you this. Did you ask him, did he sleep with this young lady?
I said, what is the connection? He said, and I said, when I found a text message or a Facebook message on his Facebook, and hers telling him, I'm on my way, I'll be there in 10 minutes. And that was the last interaction I ever saw from her to him. So I said, she showed up, she picked you up, what did you guys do that night? What did you do? She showed up, what happened? He said, we just drove around and partied. He says he loves me, but he doesn't care about me. He doesn't care about how much he's hurt me. He's selfish.
You have put a lot of hurt to my heart.
Not like you have done to me.
Do you know that
I made
for a
it up.
fact?
I gave you a
Do know that for a
child.
fact?
I gave you a child.
Okay, Mr. McKellep, do you want this relationship to work?
I would like for this to work, yes.
Part of this, for both of you, is getting to the truth. And we're getting ready to do that today.
To get to the truth, the court is going to call licensed private investigator Eric Eccles. Ron, please escort Mr. Eccles into the courtroom.
Yes,
How are you?
How you doing, Your Honor?
Good to see you, Mr. Eccles.
You too, sir.
As part of your investigation in this case, you had a member of your team administer a polygraph examination to Mr. McKellep. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, it is.
All right.
Let's go to this question.
Yes.
Since your son was born, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than Miss Viney that she does not know about? What was Mr. McKellep's response?
His response, Your Honor, was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful.
Okay, so you've heard the answers. What are you feeling?
I still feel hurt.
Your Honor, there's days I go through hell.
Let me talk to her.
Getting numerous of text messages.
Ms. Viney, he has told you the truth. He has not been with other women. You have got to let it go.
Your Honor, there's no moving forward because he refuses to call me even his girlfriend or a wife.
It's pretty hard, Your Honor, when I'm getting accused daily and.
But Mr. McKellep, you have to own up to what you did.
Correct.
You know, you're not an innocent in this. I mean, we're talking to Ms. Viney, but we're also talking to you.
Correct.
You have to own up to what you did.
Somebody's got to move the ball.
And I'm willing to do that.
You're willing to do that?
Yes.
You are what? Tell her.
I'm willing to do that. We have a lot of work to do.
I'm willing to forgive you and move forward.